right, hello wine drinking people. We're back with more of what I had to drink yesterday, and in this case, maybe what I had to drink in late March. But hopefully some of these wines are still available because this is one of the marquee producers of the Southern Rhone, Chateau La Nerthe, and they make a ton of wine, a ton of different, a lot of bottles of wine, but you know, they also make this Cuvée de Cadette wine, which is one of the greatest wines I have ever had from Chateauneuf de Pape, the 2005 vintage. Wow, amazing, killer juice. Well, we started out with the Prieure de Montezargues, which is a Tavel Rosé, a very old name from the 12th century when the monks lived there. And this is a blend of mostly Grenache, Cinsault, and Claret, bottled only 3 weeks ago. Well, it was 2011, so probably like 6 months ago. Anyways, really pretty nose of cherry pie, rose petals, fresh and clean. A good hand of that red cherry berry fruit showing up. Some tart grapefruit, citrusy notes on the finish as well. Some pretty floral notes. A really good bottle of rosé, though, at $22.50. All right, Le Petit Fontaine Côte de Rhône. This wine was made from fruit that was purchased from the friend of winemaker for Chateau La Nerthe, Christian Vaux. And this blend is right on the back label, which is nice. A lot of times they don't tell you the blend. Grenache, Syrah, Cinsault, and Carignan. Fresh berry pie-like fruit on the nose here with some pretty floral garrigue-like notes. Very forward and seductive. Nice freshness and juicy berry fruit on the tongue here. This is 2010 vintage, a classic vintage in the Southern Rhone as well. Lovely, forward, seductive fruit, but nice, smooth tannins in this as well. Very good Côte de Rhône here, this Petit Fontaine for $12. Wow, the Domaine de la Renjarde, Côte de Rhône, Village Massy de Auchot. I don't know if that's how it's said, but that's how I'm pronouncing it. Anyways, one of 17 villages for Côte de Rhône, located 20 kilometers north of Chateauneuf de Pape on a very hilly place with limestone and stones. Vineyard is in the forest here. A blend of 60% Grenache, 20% Syrah, Cinsault, Mourvedre, and Carignan make up the rest of the blend. A good amount of that ripe, seductive berry and plum fruit on the nose. Dark cherry. Really nice complement of fresh flowers and herbs showing here as well. A really nice, fresh style of Côte de Rhône on the palate. That lovely berry pie fruit showing nice spice and that garrigue floral component showing through on the finish. Really excellent, very good juice at $20.75. And then the Chateau La Nerthe 07, an outstanding vintage for Chateauneuf de Pape. Certified organic since 1998. The other properties on their way to being there. Blend of 48% Grenache, 9% Syrah, 22% Mourvedre, and a little bit, it's 1% of Cinsault. Partly fermented in stainless steel and wooden oak, aged about 50% in barrique. Some new, some large cast, everything harvested together. It's one of the most important wineries in Chateauneuf de Pape, as I mentioned before, going back to the 16th century. Very densely packed cornucopia of dark cherry, currant, and plum fruits. Very forward and seductive with some sweet fig-like notes in there. Really fruity bouquet. Some dark spices and minerality showing here as well. But the fruit really dominating at the moment right now. Really big wine on the palate as well with ripe tannins, really firm, showing lovely freshness with an array of garrigue-like notes on the finish there. Big but very well balanced, most excellent juice. And then the big boy, the Cuvée de CADETTES 2005. This is a special cuvée based on the oldest vines, a third Grenache, Syrah, and Mourvedre, and a selection that is not done every year, only in great vintages, fermented in wood, a special tank, new barrels also used for 12 months. A really old cuvée. Used to be a single vineyard about 100 years ago. The vineyard was pulled up, and now it's a selection of the best wines. A more pronounced terroir to the bouquet here. Lovely fresh earth, black spice, some meaty animal notes there, dark cherry, plum fruit, currants. Really just a cornucopia of spice and fruit on the nose. Wow, just an immense wine on the tongue. This 2005 vintage featured big tannins and a host of spice and earthy nuance showing up on the finish. A little bit chalky still, but has everything in its place. This wine needs a lot of time, but it's got all the right pieces here. Killer juice, Chateau La Nerthe, Cuvée de CADETTES. That's what I had to drink with the folks from Chateau La Nerthe. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.